there's been increasingly many single vineyard bottlings, and there's been a recognition within the wine industry of the Petaluma GAP area as really a distinct area of the Petaluma, or of the Sonoma coast.
I mean, it certainly, with the Sonoma coast being such a good appellation now, people don't want to rock that boat in terms of splintering. But the reality is it's such a large appellation in terms of area that there are geographic differences. So ultimately there's going to be a spin-off.
Yeah, I myself would love to see this place have its own appellation. Its distinct properties, characteristics, everything about it make it so unique. It's absolutely deserving of its own appellation. It's just the matter of getting the funding behind it and the organization to do it. And of course the federal government, which hopefully will come on board, because there is no Pinot like this area. It's just the way that it is. We've got a great wind tunnel. It's extremely unique, and nobody else has got it anywhere in the world. So,
what you're going to find over the next, I would say, 10 years, is you'll see a definite demarcation of our particular area as being recognized as the equivalent of, say, Santa Rita Hills or Santa Lucia Highlands or, Russian River Valley. It's in the works. It's going to happen.
I think so. If you want to use the word romance, it makes it more romantic. If you look at all the areas that are on the wine country map, the Sonoma, St. Helena, Healdsburg, look at those little communities. They're buzzing with tourism. They have the old town feeling. You know that there's a lot of people that grew up there, and it gives you a sense of, I love it here. I'm part of it.
There's been some mention of trying to get an AVA actually for this Petaluma area. We're actually now in the Sonoma Coast AVA, which is really a good appellation to be in right now. Do I really think right now it's a good thing to do? I don't know. I think staying in the Sonoma Coast probably is a good thing right now, but I would never put it aside.
So as long as we can get recognition for the Petaluma GAP within Sonoma Coast appellation, that probably would be the most desirable, only because at this point Sonoma Coast has such a great reputation, and there are lots of marketing dollars that have been spent promoting this appellation, that it really makes no sense for unless we local community is prepared to invest millions of dollars in this big marketing campaign, then I would say then probably we would be very open to it. But I think what's important is, let's try not to reinvent the wheel, and let's try to, to build on the strength that we already have and on the recognition that this area already has.
The term AVA, which some don't know is short for American Viticultural Area, can only be used by a region that has been recognized by the federal government for a distinctive combination of soil, climate, and topography, which in turn contribute to identifiable regional wine character. And then it goes on to say it takes up to 10 years to write an AVA, but it's rumored that it may take 20 years off of your life to get it declared. And so I think now some of the companies here in Petaluma, some of the wineries, winemakers, we all have put Sonoma Coast on our labels, but some are choosing to also put Petaluma GAP. Include that as a note.
In the last 2 or 3 years, we've appeared in Wine and Spirits and Wine Spectator, in the Chronicle, and various other publications that follow Pinot Noir and kind of niche publications, and the Petaluma GAP has been mentioned.
Well, Jim, I've always been a pioneer. I've always farmed on the fringe. Since the inception of this vineyard, there's 3 times as many vineyards in the last 6 years that have gone forth, and it's going to continue to expand.
So this year we're going to have about 65 cases total, and it's as pure as it gets. This is good stuff. Gold medal winner at Sonoma County Harvest Fair, and double gold at the Marin County Fair.
Again, I had a customer come in just today, mid-April 2008, and who lived in Petaluma, had no idea that Petaluma even grew wine. There was any wine grown here. And I explained to her what was going on with the industry, how phenomenal the Pinot Noir was. She left with 4 bottles of locally grown Pinot Noir that are some of my favorite Pinot Noirs grown, and some of the 4 of the best grown in the state of California. And when she comes back, she's going to be very happy. So I've got a new customer, and it's just that recognition still isn't there. That the word is not out yet to a lot of the people that drink wine, and it's on its way. So it's fun to be a part of that.